There are 5 levels of net worth. The world government has a name for each one, and most people spend their entire lives on the first 2. The tier you think you're on isn't the one the system has on file. If you've ever calculated whether buying coffee means cutting groceries this week, the system already has a bounty on your head. You just haven't seen the poster yet. 1. Below the bounty board. The first level of net worth is invisibility. Below $1,000 saved, the financial system does not track you because you cannot move it. Look at the pirates the Marines don't chase, the East Blue rookies, the crews the world government doesn't even bother numbering. You're not on a poster yet because you're not a threat to anyone, including yourself. 37% of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency without borrowing. The Federal Reserve has tracked that number for a decade, and it barely moves. If a flat tire is a crisis, you're here. Banks don't court you. Investment accounts won't open for you. The financial system is uninterested in customers who can't afford its products. 2. First bounty. The second level is the first $20,000. The threshold where survival mode releases its grip on your decisions. Remember the moment Luffy sees his first wanted poster in Logetown, 30 million berries. He laughs. Buggy is screaming. The Marines start moving differently around him for the rest of the East Blue saga, because the number changed what he was, not what he could do. The fight that earned the bounty was already over. Vanguard's research found that just $2,000 in emergency savings raises financial well-being by 21%. Pushing it to 20,000 raises it another 13. The bounty is small. The freedom is not. You stop saying yes to jobs you hate because rent is due. You stop choosing the cheaper flight you can't change because the change fee would break you. You start negotiating from a position you couldn't afford last year. 3. Supernova. The third level is 20,000 to 100,000, where money starts working as hard as you do. This is where the math finally feels fair. At an 8% return, $20,000 generates $1,600 a year on its own. At $100,000, the same return generates $8,000. The work is identical. The output is 5 times larger. Your second 20K takes less time than your first. Your third takes less than your second. The paycheck shows up while you sleep. The system isn't fighting you anymore. Then, look at what happens to the worst generation. Kid loses an arm. Law spends a decade hiding from one man's name. Luffy walks into Marineford and watches his brother die in front of him. The Supernovas weren't safe. They were visible. The 100 million berry bounty didn't buy them protection. It bought them admirals. This is the level the financial system stops ignoring you and starts targeting you. Lifestyle inflation hits hardest here. Your friends start expecting you to pick up the check. Your family treats you like a backup plan. The IRS treats you like a customer instead of a rounding error. The trap of level 3 is believing you've made it. You haven't. You've just become worth hunting. 4. Warlord. The fourth level is 100,000 to 500,000, where work becomes optional and the system starts negotiating with you instead of against you. Watch Crocodile in Marineford. The man ran a country, lost it, served his sentence, and walked out of Impel Down, still being addressed by his title. The world government didn't strip him. They negotiated. He chose which fights to take and which to walk away from. The protection wasn't a gift. It was a price the system paid because containing him was cheaper than fighting him. The average American car payment is now over $700 a month. Invested at 8% over 10 years, that single line item compounds to roughly $135,000. The Warlord drives the used Honda. The rookie finances the BMW. At this level, you negotiate the raise. You decline the project. You take the meeting because you want to, not because you have to. Your boss can feel the difference, and they pay you more for it. 5. Yonko. The fifth level is $1 million and above. Capital does the work. You don't. Shanks doesn't fight for territory. He arrives, and the territory rearranges itself around him. Whitebeard claimed an entire sea by saying the words out loud. The Marines don't hunt the Yonko. They contain them. Build fleets to maintain a balance. The Yonko already won. $1 million at an 8% return generates $80,000 a year. The median U.S. household income is around $75,000. Your money, sitting still, out-earns the average American working full-time. This is the level where the rules change. You stop competing in the labor market. You start operating in the capital market. Every level the system fights you on is a level the system is trying to keep you below. The bounty is a number the system assigned you. You didn't pick it. You didn't agree to it. It got printed the day your first paycheck cleared. The only question left is whether you're working to change the number, or whether you've decided the poster was right about you all along.